Hello, I am Vicky. I am back with some videos. I'm going to do things slightly differently than I have in the past, so I'll quickly run through that. For the weekly readings, I will pull. Right now you're going to be stuck with the Lenormand. I've been trying to get my house renovated so I could put it on the market, and half of my stuff is now packed away in boxes for that clean look for when open houses happen. So you're going to be stuck with the Lenormands for the oracles for the near future. And for the body of the reading, we are using the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And what I'm going to do is get an overall feeling with the Lenormand. I have done an off-screen pre-shuffle, and now we ask for the overall energy for the week of August 16th to the 22nd. Now, depending on where you are, the more northern areas are still going to be able to see the Perseids, which is meteor shower going on this week. They are going to start going dimmer and dimmer as they kind of peter off and fade out by the 24th. On the 22nd, we do have the second full moon in Aquarius in a row, which is a bit of an unusual occurrence. It doesn't happen very often that you get two full moons in a row that are in the same sign. I am going to have to quickly look up the main card here, and I'll read what this all means. So the whip. These are placed in spots against the wall, commonly used to cure men, women, and children of unwanted behaviors. The key word here is to purge what no longer serves you, regardless of the origin. So this week is going to be all about getting rid of the things that no longer serve you. And if you need a yes or no answer right away, the answer with the playing card here in the corner, the Jack of Clubs, this is a no. And whatever these unwanted persons, I hate to say that, but if you've got people in your life who are no longer people that resonate with you, you're no longer friends, you don't have things in common, you do outgrow people. So if these are people or habits that you want to change, this is a good week to start purging it and to not get too worried about it with the mice. And then you have to follow your heart and your beliefs with the cross. And now, again, with the Heaven and Earth Tarot, I have done a pretty good off-screen pre-shuffle. And now let's get the energy or energies for this week. And I am not at all surprised at the card that just went flying out. I will be doing a tarot card of the day, in which I will take a photograph and then post what the message is for each day of the week instead of doing a full daily reading. I just find that this might be something that resonates a little bit better. I'm still trying to find out the best way to do these, get messages across. Now that I'm going to have more time on my hands, now that the renovations are kind of coming to a close here, I'm hoping that my house will be fully actively listed by the end of the week. Okay, any more messages? I don't know if I want to take all of those. All right, anything else? When I was shuffling initially, there we go, that's better. All right, look, one more card. Okay, that's not one more. Okay, apparently there's a lot that needs to be talked about this week. The tarot does have quite a bit to say. Now, when I was shuffling, I'll just quickly get onto the story about that. I had the 5 of Pentacles come out with the Wheel of Fortune. And for me, the message in that was where you are coming from a space of lack, your fortune is about to change. So if you've been feeling really down in the dumps, your spirits are going to be rising. If you're feeling lack, whether that is a lack of receiving emotions, communication, it could be a lack of money. With the Wheel of Fortune that came out right on top of it, it means all of that is in the process of changing, and throughout the course of this week, we may see our fortunes change. And that doesn't have to mean just in the sense of money or employment, because Pentacles, being earth energy, do often relate to that. Now, when I first showed you the deck at the beginning, we had the Queen of Swords. Well, there she is again. So she is the background energy, and there is all Pentacles beneath it. I'll do a quick rundown at the end. Ooh, I'm liking it. I'll do a quick rundown at the end as to what's all underneath the Queen of Swords and how this is going to relate to what we've kind of got here already. These guys, this is a message for somebody. I'll go over them at the end real quick as well. We do have a number of major arcanas out, so we will talk about them last. But with the Queen of Swords here, she is a reminder that this week the background energy that is playing out is in relation to needing to use your wits. You need to be smart about decision making, and decision making is going to be a huge player this week, because there is, excuse me, there is a number of swords energy that's out here. So there's a lot of things that we have weighing heavily on our minds. We are going to have to navigate this using our wits. Like I said, there's more about that coming up. And the first card that came out was the Two of Swords. Air energy is all about what's going on in our mind. We have decisions that we need to make that are weighing heavily on our minds, causing us a lot of stress and anxiety. And I swear I do not mark these cards or make any of this up. This is exactly some of the stuff that the Lenormand was just talking about. And this needing to make a decision, it's weighing very heavily on our minds. What do? We can't see which way to go, what decision to actually make. Fear not. The reason why that you are having a really hard time making this decision is we've got the Seven of Cups, which means we have, Nine of Cups. Ooh, my bad. I was going to start talking about this like it was the Seven of Cups, which talks about options. But with the Nine of Cups, this is hilarious. I'm going to put this one aside and talk about this one in a moment, because this one goes very well with the major arcanas that have come out. Now, major arcana equals major energy. That's why these minor arcana, they're going to kind of get the front and center right now, because the major arcanas do overrule and overshadow the minors. So all of this, trying to balance, make your decisions that are weighing heavily on your mind. Give yourself a rest from the non-stop running around in your head. Give yourself a break from all the anxiety and the worry. And if you can take a full day off, take a full day off from social media. That does wonders for the body, mind, and soul. It is amazing. I highly suggest people do that on a regular basis, to be honest. Because once you come through that period of rest, we've got the Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So the Six of Swords is talking about movement. There's moving potentially involved. You're going from a rougher period in your life into calmer waters. Now, I know this card has made quite a few appearances And this is also going to be using your intuition to help guide you forward, because you're going to get a burst of creativity, and hopefully this is not a burst of drama in your life. But don't forget, we're using our smarts with this, so we're not getting involved in that drama should it appear. But there is like a flash of passion that is going to help propel us and drive us forward, and it's going to lead us out of all of this drama and anxiety and worry, and we're going to be able to see our way. We may again have to be quite creative as to how we see our way through this decision or these decisions that need to be made. Now I'm going to quickly just run over this group that fell out, because this is a message for somebody, so let me know if it hits right or not. 5 of Swords, it's defeat. This one says defeat. It's picking up what's left after a battle. Now this, again, with it being swords, it's air energy. This is what's going on in your mind behind the scenes. And both messages could apply to you, just in case you're curious. And we do have 2 5s in this. So 5-5, it's a master number, it's an angel number. Look it up. 5s in the tarot are usually the conflict card. So whatever this defeat that you think you've been going through or have gone through, it keeps playing out in your mind, and it keeps playing out in a way with the 5 of Pentacles. This one says loss of pleasure. It's a potential feeling of lack. There could be some grief and sorrow involved. Sorry, this is the 5 of Cups, not the 5 of Pentacles. So we're feeling really sad, really down, really lost. With the 8 of Swords, kind of like we're trapped and we can't see our way out. Just know that with the Knight of Pentacles, if you keep working hard, slow and steady wins the race. You do get through it, but there is an opportunity with the Ace of Wands that is going to come breezing in, and you're going to have to keep your eye open and keep your mind open for this opportunity, because if you sit on it and sit and wait and think too long, it will pass you by. It's not going to sit around and wait for you to make up your mind or to be in the right mood to grab onto this opportunity. So when an opportunity flashes in front of you, it is exactly what you need to be taking. Take it, because it's what you've been working towards. And again, keep the Queen of Swords in mind. Not only is she intelligent and witty, she can be the executioner. So again, she's the background energy playing out. And yes, I'm saying she because it is Queen. It is just feminine energy that is coming through. It's a little bit softer than the King of Swords, but the Queen of Swords, she can be just as ruthless. You may have to be as well. Now onto the major arcanas that is going to overshadow both of those 2 messages. We're going to start with the 9 of Cups. I know it's not a major arcana, but the 9 of Cups is the minor arcana equivalent to the Star card. And the Star card, major arcana, card of Aquarius, by the way, which we have that full moon on next Sunday on the 22nd, which is going to be in the sign of Aquarius. So there's a lot of hopes and dreams and wishes potentially coming true around that time. So later on in the week when we start feeling that full moon energy. And speaking of the moon, guess who's making an appearance? There could be a lot of things happening, information being brought to light. You're learning something that was being hidden from you, or people were trying to hide from you. And it's really going to open up your mind. And you could have a wish or dream coming true around the time of the full moon. So Next Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday is when this is all going to be playing out. We have the Hanging Man and the Strength card that came out with all of this. And this is what's overshadowing everything else. So the feelings of loss, the feelings of anxiety, they're there, but they're playing out more in a minor role. The emphasis is going to be on these major arcanas. And I really strongly feel that around the full moon, this period of waiting and hanging around for things to change that you've been strong through and waiting and being patient, and I'm getting a huge Knight of Pentacles feeling here that you've had to stay strong. You feel like you've been stuck. Well, guess what? Things are going to start moving in this next week. There's going to be a lot of progress, a lot of energy shifting as well. We're going to be seeing a lot of things happening. We may have to jump on it quite quickly. But this is the best way that we could have a reading, especially with the major arcanas, is not only the sun, the end of a cycle, but it's celebration and joy. So we have literally the sun, the moon, and we'll put this minor arcana guy down. We have the sun, the moon, and the stars. So there could be something written in the stars for you this week. There could be something that you've been wishing upon that could come to fruition around the full moon or over the course of the weekend and into early next week. And with the Nine of Cups, hopes, dreams, potentially could be fulfilled exactly as you hope and wish and dream for it to happen. There's going to be no more waiting around and being strong and trying to tough it out. We've been strong for so long, having to go through, wait and be patient. Well, you know what? Things are happening. We also have the sun moving into the sign of Virgo, which is the go-getter sign, around the 21st, 22nd. So that is this week as well. I know we had Venus has just moved, changed signs, and I haven't looked at a whole lot of the astrology for this week, so I'm sorry we're not going to get tons of astrology. But yes, we are going to have to be smart in making decisions. 8 of Pentacles, followed by the 7 of Pentacles. This is Earth energy, Virgo energy. We've been working hard. We've been very diligent, and we're starting to see progress and success this week. And guess what? This goes very well with the hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true with the 10 of Pentacles. And it's because we are potentially getting a burst of creativity. We're getting definitely a burst of passion here, simply because we've got that Ace of Wands and then we've got the Queen of Wands. These two are great together. With it being fire energy, we do have the Strength card, which is the card of Leo. So this is the burst of energy that is going to get us through the last week of Leo season. All of the Pentacles that we have, the 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. There's lots of growth here. And then there is the Abundance card, which I think goes amazing with the Sun and the Moon and the Star card. We then have the Fool card, Major Arcana, first card of the entire tarot, not just the first card of the Major Arcana. So we are dropping off of an old cycle and we are getting ready to step into a lot of newness with this week. We may be feeling independent, but please do not ignore opportunities simply because they don't show up in the way that we are expecting them. We're too focused on what's down here, what didn't work. But yeah, look right here, an opportunity or something that is being offered, maybe offered to you, but you're deciding to ignore it simply due to the fact that it isn't coming with the shiny bow on it. It's the card that has the scratch on it. So do not reject those offers. Stand your ground. It's okay to be independent and to think independently and to make decisions on your own, because look, we have the 10 of Cups. We went from the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. We went from the 7 of Pentacles to 7, 8, 9, 10 of Pentacles. We now have 10 of Cups, hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true. We have the Star card. We have the Sun card, celebration. There's a lot of goodness here. We have practically every ending that ends up being a happy ending out on the deck or out on the floor. And then we've got 2 pages that are kind of floating around here. So we have the Princess of Swords and the Princess of Cups. These are pages in the traditional tarot. These are being depicted as feminine energy, often youthful energy. So there could be, with these guys too, these could be messages. Pages can be messengers. So it's a swift opportunity or a message that comes in quite swiftly that ignites your passion and may kind of come to your defense and give you some answers that you've been looking for. So I'm going to leave this here for your weekly tarot reading. I love this. This is great. Don't forget to sweep away all those negative things, people, places, habits that no longer are serving you. Don't forget to do that, because keeping them around is just going to keep that worry, and you're worrying about a decision that may end up making itself for you. So you may not be tied to just 2 options. There could be more options coming in. Like I said, we had the 4 of Cups. So please don't reject an offer or an option simply because it's not what you want it to look like on the surface. So don't be afraid to go beneath the potential offer. You do have a short window in which you can look at this offer before you reject it, but I strongly suggest that you hold out. You got so many hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true, potentially around the time of the full moon. And it'll give you a break from being strong, so strong all the time. So I'm going to leave it here. This was a fantastic reading, and I will talk to you soon.